Hello Star Wars fans, Budget Jedi here. What you're looking at is my collection of pilots and a few of my vehicles ever since May 2010. I'm going to be doing a video on Budget Jedi's list of must-have pilots. And a quick welcome back to Stig Listenbull after his long hiatus on YouTube. This one's for you, bud, so let's get to it. Okay, first and most obvious is Luke Skywalker. He is the character that destroyed the Death Star for the first time. He's also Darth Vader's son. Now, he comes in 3 variations as far as I'm concerned, which is what you see here, the Legacy Collection X-Wing Luke Skywalker from 2009, and also the Legacy Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder pilot with a much more accurate face sculpt. This came out in 2009, but now it's also available in the Saga Legends packaging. And more recently, the Luke Skywalker Dagobah landing from the vintage line. Now, I suggest that you guys would grab either of the Snowspeeder or the Dagobah landing. But the Luke Skywalker from the Legacy line is actually very cheap now. You can probably buy it off of eBay for less than $4. The ideal vehicle for Luke Skywalker is his Red 5 X-Wing, which I believe the most updated version of this is the Saga Collection 2006 X-Wing. It came in diorama type packaging in 2006 with Dagobah Luke figure and Dragon Snake. It's a really nice vehicle. Please check out a nice review of this by SithLore229 a while back. And this figure, or this vehicle I should say, is very hard to get. I did purchase it for $45 from eBay. If you're lucky, you might be able to find it for about $75. But I would recommend waiting for an update. Now, the number 2 must-have pilot in my book is definitely Wedge Antilles. He is the only human pilot, and I want to say non-force sensitive pilot that just cannot die. In fact, I think he pretty much blew up the second Death Star, or did it. He shot into it and said, "I'm already on my way out," like a rock star. I mean, this guy is definitely one of the most important pilots that you can have if you are a Trilogy fan, the original Trilogy fan. What you're looking at is the Target exclusive Wedge Antilles and droid with Red 2 X-Wing. At the end of 2010, it was pretty much on clearance. As you can see here, I managed to nab it for $12.48. So this was lucky on my part, but it didn't get that much attention by the end of 2010. And this is the only Wedge Antilles figure I have. I'm gonna try to give you guys a very good look of what he looks like, and I believe he probably has a similar sculpt to the vintage Wedge Antilles that will be coming out later on this year. So if you guys are considering getting Wedge Antilles, definitely wait for that one. Next we have Garvin Dreis, which is Red Leader himself in the Battle of Yavin. That's the first Battle of Death Star. He came in a pack called Scramble on Yavin, which is a very rare pack to find. This I do not recommend trying to buy because this is one of the most expensive packs I've ever bought. I purchased it for about $45, and I have seen people purchase it for over $100 for some reason. But I am going to give you guys a look at it. Actually, this is Red Leader himself as he is getting ready for the Death Star battle. He came with his droid, which is called R5K6. Just going to give you guys a look at the back here so you can read it. That's Red Leader Garvin Dreis. Came with the Rebel ground crew with transport. Now, a short note on this, Hasbro will be releasing a new Rebel Ground Crew with transport pack later on this year. That is confirmed. Don't go out and try to buy this pack if you want the Rebel Ground Crew with transport. They will come out with it. Now, the next one I'm going to recommend is actually the TIE Fighter Pilot. The TIE Fighter Pilot is highly recommended for, in my book, because he comes readily available in many packs, like the Evolution 3-pack of Imperial Pilots. He also comes in the Special Action Figure set, and he actually does not cost that much. What you're looking at is the most updated version of the TIE Fighter Pilot with removable helmet and gun. Now, the recommended vehicle for the TIE Fighter Pilot is most definitely the Legacy TIE Fighter from 2009. If you can get your hands on it, you should not have to pay more than $15 or to $20. It's really accurate, and it's probably one of the most in-scale vehicles that I've seen out there. Just a peek inside here. Feel free to check out the review by none other than who else but Sith Lord 229. Next, we have Biggs Darklighter, who is actually Luke Skywalker's really good friend. He's the one that convinced Luke Skywalker to join the Rebels. That's why it's an important character in my eyes. He was in the Battle of Yavin as Red 3, if I'm not mistaken. He did die in the Battle of Yavin. And this, what you see here, is part of the 30th anniversary release of Biggs Darklighter Rebel Pilot. So look out for this figure. It really shouldn't be that much money. Next, we have John Dutch Vander. Now, he is Gold Leader of the Y-Wing Armada in the Battle of Yavin. He's a pretty important figure because he's not only the leader of the Y-Wing Armada, but also he is a pretty inexpensive figure that I think is worth collecting. He is part of the Saga line that came out in 2004 with very limited arm articulation. But here's the real reason why I think you should get him, is because there are rumors that Hasbro will be coming out with a Toys R Us exclusive Y-Wing, and I'm not sure if it's a Gold Leader Y-Wing or not, but this would be the Y-Wing pilot that I would get for that vehicle, because I think the vehicle will not be coming in with that with a pilot. And next we have John Brennan. Now, he is Red 4 as part of the X-Wing Armada in the Battle of Yavin. He's pretty much the first guy that died on the Death Star. He's like the first guy that got shot down. This guy is part of the Legacy Evolutions pack. And he'll cost you on eBay probably about, I want to say $6 to $9. Really cool figure if you want to bulk up on your X-Wing pilots. Next, we have Wes Jansen. If you guys don't know who this is, he's the guy that took down the AT-AT as per instructions from Luke Skywalker. He was the gunner, the back gunner of Wedge Antilles in the Battle of Hoth. And next we have Zev Seneska. This is, as you can see, part of the 30th anniversary line, Saga Legends, with the coin there. Zev Seneska is the guy that found Luke Skywalker and Han Solo after Luke's been attacked by the Wampa monster. Just gonna quickly give you a look at the packaging here, and it says here he is part of the Rogue 2. He was Rogue 2, and he discovered Han and Luke. A very cool figure to have. Doesn't have the best articulation, as you can see there, but the sculpt, the head sculpt, is actually pretty accurate in my book. So it's a really cool figure to have. And next is the pretty famous Darklighter, who was Luke Skywalker's gunner. If you have the 2010 Snowspeeder from the Vintage Collection, you probably already have Darklighter. Great sculpt, very accurate in the face, and great articulation. He doesn't have too much screen time because he basically got shot and then got stepped on by the AT-AT Walker. But this figure is still readily available in stores. If you haven't already, grab one because it's not going to be that expensive. Next, we have a really good pilot, a veteran by the name of Jake Farrell. This guy was seen in the Battle of Endor, where he and his A-Wing distracted the TIE Fighter, while the Millennium Falcon can go ahead and do its job and destroy the Death Star. Now, this guy did not die in the movies, and he survived. He was part of the last guy that got out of there. Really nice sculpt and really nice articulation, pretty much everywhere. I highly recommend getting him because he's probably the best A-Wing pilot that has the most on-screen time. Now, in terms of the best vehicle for Jake Farrell, it would be the Walmart exclusive A-Wing that basically came with the green leader, Arvel Cyrnid. I'll go ahead and put that name on screen. But just so you guys know, the difference between this A-Wing and any other A-Wing is that it has a very updated cockpit, as you can see there. If you look at the Saga Legends A-Wing, it does not have this updated cockpit with the handles on it, and also in the back here, it won't have this hollow hole. Usually, it would contain a plastic holder. So I actually wish that I had the Arvel Cyrnid, excuse me, but I do not because I don't know where he went. So that would be the figure that I recommend getting. If you can find it loose for under $30, it's probably worth it. I'm not sure how rare it is to find right now. Okay, now we have two pilots here that usually are easily mistaken for each other. These are non-human pilots. One is called Nien Nunb from the Evolutions Pack Rebel pilots, and the other is from the Legacy line in 2009 called Nien Nunb. Now, Hasbro called him Nien Nunb, but actually in the movies, this guy is actually Nien Nunb, wearing a red shirt, or a red uniform, I should say, excuse me, because everybody else in his squadron was wearing a red uniform. So the way I consider it is that they're both Nien Nunb, and this guy is ready to fly the Millennium Falcon with Lando Calrissian. Last but not least, you got the Battle over Endor packs that just recently came out at the end of 2010. This is Battle over Endor Pack 1 and Pack 2. These are great to get your hands on because they have a good mix of X-Wing, B-Wings, and Y-Wing pilot. I think the first pack here has Eklark Yong, who is a Y-Wing pilot, and I believe that is Sila Kot. That's right, Sila Kot, an A-Wing pilot, has very similar uniform, as you can see with Jake Farrell there. And then you have the Battle over Endor Pack 2 with Pal Sothern, the B-Wing pilot, and Grizz Fricks, excuse me, the X-Wing pilot. Now, Pal Sothern, the B-Wing pilot, you might want to get because there is a B-Wing coming out later this year. That is confirmed by Hasbro. And I believe it will be a Kmart exclusive. So if you don't have a B-Wing pilot yet, definitely go out and get yours. So that's pretty much the bulk of my pilot collection. I do have a couple of more, but I did focus on mostly the pilots that got quite a bit of screen time in the original trilogies. I think those are pretty much the coolest and most important pilots to get if you haven't started your collection yet. Feel free to drop comments and your opinions on what pilots I might be missing. That way I can bulk up on my collection. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.